Insight number 10 is about plainly how sex is exaggerated, commonly exaggerated, meaning it's widespread, this practice in various mediums of communication. It's exaggerated. Sex is exaggerated, meaning it's not really shown to represent what it really is. It's exaggerated. It's lied. It's being lied about. Anyway, so here I'm going to give you some examples. I'm going to give you two specific examples, not in the media. That's very plain for people to see. I'm going to give two examples from sexual programs having to do with sexual interaction, and one of them was. There was this man interacting sexually with a female, quite intensely in this sexual position. The camera was facing the girl, and the man was visible as well. But the camera was clearly showing the face of the girl. And while she was being penetrated from behind, vaginally, let's say, what was happening was that the scene did not look good at all. The scene did not look exciting. It didn't look enjoyable. It just didn't have any. It was not pleasant at all. Not pleasant at all. It had no power to it. Anyway, now I looked at this. While I was looking at this, I noticed this because the girl, had no smile on her face. She was not smiling. Not only was she not smiling, it appeared that she may have been a little displeased. She's not smiling. Anyway, so the guy whispers very softly, ever so softly, in the hopes of the camera not picking up his voice, and he says, whisperingly, very softly, he says, "Smile for the camera." Soften that out. He whispers, he says, "Smile for the camera. Smile for the camera." Anyway, so when she looks at the camera and starts smiling, now the scene took on a whole different, it was like a different scene. Same thing going on, it's just that now it looked very pleasant and enjoyable, something one would want to engage in, because what they're projecting is pleasure, enjoyment, but she's faking it. That's one example. Another example is the camera is facing the lady in the sexual presentation, and so you can see her face. The man is again penetrating her vaginally. However, you cannot see his face or frontal area. You just see his back. But the woman, you can see her face. As this is being performed, it looks very interesting, and she had a lavish hairstyle with this is the hair. You go like this, another wave, another wave, another wave. Quite elaborate. One wave above the other. I don't know, probably 10 waves or more. Like this. All in that pattern. Okay. As she's being pumped, as one would say, pumped. The pressure is pushing her back. Eventually, her hair flips back, falls behind her head. Suddenly, the scene appeared. It lost all its dazzle, razzle dazzle, all its glitz. Suddenly it was a scene of a man simply pumping a woman, and it would have, in the book I give the example of something about a cooking show would have been more interesting than this. It was ridiculous. um, you know those machines you have that you pump and you get water out of the ground? You know, there's nothing exciting to that, is there? It's just getting water out. And so this, or eating. Eating is not a phenomenal thing as far as watching people eat. Yeah, okay, he's eating, or he's performing some task. It was just that. It had no glitz, no powerful, attractive nature. Anyway, so it was very dull, extremely dull. It was so visibly apparent that this action is absolutely blah, boring, as dull as you can get. You cannot get more dull than that. And now the woman at some point when this happened realized that her hair, her lavish hairstyle, had fallen behind her like this, behind. So the camera was not visible to the camera anymore. So she was alarmed slightly and pulled the hair back. As soon as she pulled the hair back, so it was visible to the camera again, all the fantastic nature of this phenomenal, enjoyable experience, boom, the dazzle came, the glitz came back, and now the scene was so enjoyable. The magic was back. It was all in the hair. So watching that was allowed me to see how much of the magic behind sexual presentations is the idea of you interacting with a phenomenal, spectacular being. How would you say it? Having a sexual interaction with an exotic being. Not your normal everyday thing, because that's what was so apparent. Once the hair was thrown to the back, you saw just two beings, and it's like hard to be impressed by that. There was no illusion anymore. Anyway, so yeah. So part of it has to do with the glamour, the excitement, and the enjoyment and pleasure of this sexual interaction is one of having interaction with an exotic being, something which you are not. This is the idea that is projected. I said, wow, it's an illusion. All right.